Welcome on in to yet another live stream of Mass Effect. This time we're going to be doing Mass Effect 3. I'm incredibly excited to start this playthrough. It's been a long time since I got to revisit Mass Effect 3. I had a problem with my EA account, so a lot of it had to be reset. Now all my old saves are gone, so I'm relying on my ME1 playthrough, my ME2 playthrough, and like I said, it's been a while since I started from the beginning, so I don't remember the entire beginning with the character creator. So I have some codes that I need to pull up, and I should have done that before stream. But hold up. It's on my desktop. Crap. Yeah, there it is. Sorry. It's kind of like my handy dandy little ME codes for just a quick look of what I want, and then I can tweak it from there. But I totally should have done that beforehand. I apologize. But let's kind of get into it. Let's do Mass Effect 3. I'm going to have my camera on for now. Some days I'm just not feeling great, but looking good there. Get your shit. No. And you know what? I just now noticed that I didn't do my white balance for my camera because I'm very pale in the light. I need white light for the green screen, but man, ooh, look at that. That is not quite what we want, but anybody wants. You see that? Okay. Otherwise, everything else looks okay. Yeah, that's decent. I mean, I'm never going to look good, y'all. It's just, you're just going to have to take the good with the bad. It looks like, you look like being, and I understand the context that you're saying that, so I appreciate that. Who was it? Oh yeah, in Comstream today, he was saying, somebody said that they were going to have, no, was it Comstream? Yeah, I think it was Comstream. Yeah, they were going to have, no, it was yesterday. They said they were going to have some tacos, some authentic tacos. They're from Southern California or something. I was like, I can make some tacos. And see, I don't know why it says resume. Oh, yes, I do know why. Because I started a playthrough one time of Mass Effect 3 without doing the 1 and 2 beforehand. And it had nothing to pull, and I started it Insanity with actually level 1, and I was like, why is this so difficult? I mean, it should be a challenge, but I'm dying to husks. What is going on? And it was almost unplayable. And then I realized, oh, it's because I didn't pull in my saves and my levels, because you do have to be a little leveled to play Insanity in Mass Effect 3. If you don't, hey, more power to you. But you do need to do that. We're going to do a new game. Hey, Sean, how are you doing? I'm going to put import ME2. See, and I didn't have this option before. But how are you doing, Sean? Welcome on in. Select character. Good, and you? Ah, that explains it. Good, and you? I'm doing pretty good. I think... Yeah, okay. So this gives us all the things that we did from before. Saved the Ragni Queen, rescued Ashley Williams on Vermeer, chose to save the Council, saved Malin's data, kept Rex alive on Vermeer. That's the important one. Chose to rewrite the Geth heretics, destroyed the Collector base, survived the suicide mission with 12, count them 12, squad mates. Romance Liara before ME2, did not romance anyone in ME2. That's important because she gets a little bitter. Yeah. I did my recent playthrough on a much easier difficulty and thought it was still pretty challenging, but I didn't import it. That's my point. If you don't import anything in Mass Effect 3, it's a challenge. Because you did say that, Banana, because you said when we were trying to go over the companion tier list, you didn't remember all of them completely. So you ran it through real quick. and you still found it a challenge, that's because you didn't have your level. So I'm really hoping that Legendary is letting me do what I think it should be doing, because Mass Effect 3, I never had that problem. And plus I had a plethora of saves, but I had been doing Legendary beforehand. All my playthroughs on my own channel, the cinematic playthroughs, are actually insanity. Why in my head I didn't just do story mode to make it easier for me to record, I have no idea. But I said, hey, look, I just do it on Insanity like I normally do. And I fired it up, and it's what I recorded, and that's what I cut all my edits with. And yeah, it was stupid. In hindsight, I wouldn't do it again. I've never been brave enough to play this on Beast on Insanity. So Mass Effect 2 is the one I avoid. Me and Banana, I'll let Banana expound if he wants to. But Mass Effect 3 is a bear. I'm sorry, 2. Sorry, 2. Because that's why it's my least favorite. Not because it's difficult, but because it's not balanced. You start off really low level 1 basically. And you face enemies, you know, when you meet Tally, and that's fine. But as soon as you get to Omega, everything is so hard. It's just not balanced. And then when you get to Horizon, good luck. Good luck. Because you just don't have the weapons, you don't have the levels or the health, and you don't have the abilities to fend off what you need to fend off. And so you have 2 harvesters. I forget what they're called. I think they're called harvesters at the very end. If you can get there, you're actually going to be fine. It's that first and second wave that are just nightmare at that level. But again, if you had the better weapons, the better abilities, or just some extra health, then Horizon's doable. But that's where me and Banana have each expressed disgust with the Legendary's version of Insanity. I don't like Insanity Mass Effect 2. I don't like it. After that, you can put it back on Insanity and see if you like it. But through Horizon, I don't like. This one, I love. I love the combat in Mass Effect 3. This is my jam. If it looks like I struggle, it's just been a while. But I'll get a hang of it. I should be fine. Yeah, it's definitely a challenge, but yeah, ME2 is the toughest for me. We're going to do custom. I'm going to do... paste. So I tend to go dark here for Mass Effect 3 because I do think Shepard's gone through a lot. and I'm not saying in terms of, like, obviously she has. In Mass Effect 1, she died, right? She comes back. I think that when she comes back to the Alliance, we can keep her hair red. That's not a problem. But I've always kind of, like, in my mind, my head canon is like, whatever you were before, you're needing to straighten up because now you're with the Alliance again. The very ending of Mass Effect 2 Arrival DLC explains why we're in the brig, why we're grounded. We don't really have the support from the Alliance that we need. But then things happen, and now they need us again. But the Arrival DLC is so important. And I really think that in that situation, Shepard's going to change her look a little bit. You know, if she was like a more wild and carefree person with the Cerberus, I think she's a little bit older, or he is a little bit older. They're a little more focused on what they need to do and frustrated that they can't do anything about it. So Shepard's going to try to do everything they can to get their ability to get out of the brig, you know? Yeah, BioWare does have a balance issue. Dragon Age Origins, that damn got me on easy, but parts you got to take beating. Dragon Age 2 on the hardest difficulty is hard. It is rough from the beginning to the end of it. Dragon Age 2, if you want a challenging RPG in the Dragon Age universe, Dragon Age 2 is the one. So you're doing all, and what's really interesting is that it got a lot of criticism because of all of it's like, oh, they're just pandering to you know, the console generation, because it's all this like flashy it was really made for consoles first in mind. I mean, they're not lying. They were pandering to that crowd. But when you play it on it's not Insanity, it's called it's not called hardcore. Maybe it's just like called hard or something. You feel it. I mean, so all those moves that you're doing, you actually feel powerful, and you're not really killing things like you would think, right? But once you start getting your abilities, you feel like you're actually that powerful person that you created. So yeah, Nightmare. Yeah, Nightmare. Okay. Yeah, Dragon Age 2 is, I don't recommend it, but I've seen people do it. Maffy, who's a friend of the channel, she's done it. So I think Inquisition isn't balanced on the hardest difficulty either. That's correct. Yeah. I think the end game really tough, and I basically had to spec everything built overshield to stay alive. See, when you say end game, but not the end boss. See, that's what we talk about balance stuff. You know, it's fine. We're nitpicking, but like I said, I've always gone like with a darker. You could go gray hair Shepard. I could see that. But we're going to go dark hair, blue-eyed Shepard, my favorite version of Shepard. But yeah, I mean, you could definitely go with red. Maybe if that's her natural color, that's not a problem. But like I said, there's a reason why I make her dark-haired in this one, because it's just in my head canon wants to put Shepard in a situation where they're doing everything they can, trying to straighten up and fly right in presentation, so that way they can get their ability to get out and make a difference again. Because it doesn't matter what the Alliance thinks of us, we know what's coming. You know, yes, Fem Shep is a redhead. That's canon, and I'll accept anyway. that makes sense, Banana, and I totally get it. It's just that having that different look for Mass Effect 3 makes so much sense to me. Now, if the redhead, like I said, the redhead. But yes, that is the canon redhead for female Shep. I just don't like the way female Shep looks. I don't like what they did. Like, all their art for female Shep is so amazing. It's like, oh, I have a big statue of female Shep. It's about this big. Yeah, it's about 12 inches. I love female Shep, but in game, it doesn't match. It just doesn't look like it. I don't really care for it, but that's fine. All right, let's do it. We're going to stick with Engineer. I was thinking about changing to Infiltrator, but we're going to stick with Engineer. Maybe the next playthrough we'll do Infiltrator, because Infiltrator is it's like easy mode for me at Infiltrator. All right, so what do we got? We got warp ammo, armor piercing ammo, fortification. And this is what I was talking about. Mass Effect 2 doesn't give you options. It just gives you a default bonus power. And it is warp, a slam. It's slam. Like, why does my tech person have a biotic ability? Makes no sense. So as soon as I can, I change it up. But I'm going to do ammo piercing ammo. I think that'll really help us early on and for the rest of the game. Yep. Well, for me, ME3, for some reason, they glam everyone up. Kind of. Yeah. I mean, you know, James is all buffed up. Ashley looks amazing. I love how Ash looks in ME3. Oof. If all organic life is going to end, might as well look good. It's not so much that. It's just that they don't believe Shep. And so having anybody who looks not in their mindset of what their commander should look like, I think Shep's going to say, I'll do whatever. Just let me fly again. You know? Okay. Jane Shepard. I forgot what we called her. She's a spacer, war hero, engineer. This is kind of almost like I wouldn't say this is the canon one, but if you take any other, I'd say fan fiction, because Shepard's been referenced to in Halo and stuff. Shepard's at certain events. Shepard has a certain history. So some of those things I've strung together, and that's why I've always thought the Spacer War Hero is more the canon. This is more of a canon run for me. Everything except the hair for Banana. Ash never lives to Mass Effect. Really? That's unfortunate. Ash is easily the best soldier in the entire game, all series. If you could get her in Mass Effect 2, I would take her Mass Effect 2. She has such an amazing arc. Caden doesn't have an arc. There's no arc there. He disagrees with Shepard. He falls in love with Shepard, disagrees with Shepard if he lives, and then he just kind of comes around. Ash, not that you have to have an arc to make a great character, but the difference is that between the two, Ash actually has a major arc. And it's kind of funny because I was talking to a couple people. I talk about Ash all the time anyway, but I talked to a couple people about Ash, specifically about the space races stuff, because they hear it from other people. Like, but if you play the game and you take note that humanity, most humans you run across are super space racists. They're extreme xenophiles. They truly believe that humans do belong on top. There's entire protests, and they're not protests. They're actually remembrances of wars and how the humans won the war. But it ended up peacefully. I mean, it was our war against the Turians. And then when they celebrate the ending of that war, they're celebrating how humanity won and we should be on top. And Ash has to, and they're basically protesting at the same time, saying that no, humans belong on the council. We deserve the right to be on the council because we won the war and all this other stuff. And Ash berates them. She's like, what are you doing? This is not... I was there at such and such thing. I was such and there, not those wars, but other wars. So you guys don't have the right to do this. And the guy is, and there's a guy who's with them who's trying for a political angle to advance himself, talking about how humanity should come first. And she berates him. And there's a ton of instances where if you think about the sacrifice itself, and Com brought this up one time, that Com thought it would be the most fitting ending for Ashley, and not because he doesn't like Ashley, he does, but he thought it was kind of like the most fitting ending for her. Xenophobes, not xenophiles, xenophobes. Okay, sorry. Xenophobes. The most fitting in for Ash is because in Vermeer, who is she saving? Not humanity necessarily. There is that. She's Alliance first, obviously. But she does that to save the Solarian STG group, to get away and give them time and all that other stuff. So the space racists gave her life for others. That's what she's doing. That doesn't mix, right? That doesn't fit the definition or the description of Ash. And then you come to find out later on, I mean, as you continue to talk to her, that all the reasons that she's been passed over, it's not like she's fighting the system. She's actually been passed over because of genuine I called it out the other day when we were talking about it on the podcast. Nepotism. So she's being passed over specifically in the name of nepotism, but none of her family has been advanced at all. So there is no nepotism there. It's just called that. It's like to avoid nepotism. But yeah, she's just accepted it. But she's always Alliance first, despite all that. Despite all the hate she gets, despite all the name calling she gets, and despite the Alliance, the thing that she would give her life for, passing her over, she's a true soldier. And she got a really good heart. And she does end up loving the aliens. And that is her main thing. It's like saying, I do believe that they have a point, they have a right to exist. I will always put Alliance first. But she's also very ignorant at the time when you meet her in Mass Effect 1. In Mass Effect 1, she's been keeping these crappy posts because the Alliance does not put her in places where she could have that exposure. So it's not always their fault either. But again, you can imagine, like, if you are raised, not necessarily by your family, but raised in the Alliance. Let me put it that way. You're raised in the Alliance to believe that humanity should come first. aliens come second, and every post you go to, that is the narrative. It's not shocking that Ashley has that opinion, but she's so the other side compared to most of humanity, and that's what you also have to take into context. So we're not saying that, oh, because she's a little bit less racist than everybody else, that's okay, but you have to take it in context. Like, that was her world, that was her vacuum, and she's open to the idea of other things, and sure enough, she does see everything, but she will always put the Alliance first. And that's why on Horizon, when you meet her, that she's very aggressive, a little bit more so than Caden. The dialogues are not the same. Caden is always level-headed. You know, if there's a lawful good in Mass Effect, it's got to be Caden. I don't think anybody else fits the bill. He's not chaotic, he's lawful good. But anyway, but yeah, I totally get it. I mean, leaving Ash makes sense. I mean, if you really, especially if the playthrough is more of a biotic, then Caden really helps supplement your playthrough quite a bit, because you don't need a pure biotic. If you're adept, you don't really need Liara with you all the time. But yeah, it makes sense. So let's get into it. Let's get into it, because I am excited. Been forever since I played ME3.
How bad is it?
Bad. We just lost contact with 2 of our deep space outposts. There's something massive on long-range scanners.
Is this what Shepard warned us about?
I'd stake my life on it.
How long do we have?
Not long. I sent word. The fleets are mobilizing.
God help us all.
That intro hit so hard. I never read this because it goes by too fast. Here's that kid. We just talked about that kid on the podcast.
Commander.
You're not supposed to call me that anymore, James.
Not supposed to salute you either. We gotta go. The Defense Committee wants to see you.
Sounds important.
Again, if it's too quiet, let me know.
What's going on?
Couldn't say. Just told me they needed you. Now.
Sounds good to you? Okay, good.
Anderson?
Admiral?
You look good, Shepard. Maybe a little soft around the edges. How are you holding up since being relieved from duty?
It's not so bad once you get used to the hot food and soft beds.
We'll get it sorted out.
What's going on? Why is everyone in such a hurry?
Admiral Hackett's mobilizing the fleets. I'm guessing word's made it to Alliance Command. Something big's headed our way.
The Reapers?
We don't know. Not for certain.
What else could it be?
If I knew that.
It's the Reapers, and we're not ready for them, not by a long shot.
Tell that to the Defense Committee.
Unless we're planning to talk the Reapers to death, the committee is a waste of time.
They're just scared. None of them have seen what you've seen. You've faced down a Reaper. Hell, you spoke to one, then blew the damn thing up. You've seen how they harvest us, what they plan to do to us. You know more about this enemy than anyone.
That way they grounded me, took away my ship?
You know that's not true. When you blew up the Batarian relay, hundreds of thousands of Batarians died.
It was that or let the Reapers walk through our back door.
I know that, Shepard. And so does the committee. If it wasn't for that, you'd have been court-martialed and left to rot in the brig.
That and your good word.
Yeah, I trust you, Shepard. And so does the
Don't
committee.
pet my belly,
I'm
Anderson.
just a soldier, Anderson. I'm no politician.
I don't need you to be either. I just need you to do whatever the hell it takes to help us stop the Reapers.
They're expecting you to, Admiral.
Good luck in there, Shepard.
Anderson? Shepard.
Ashley?
Lieutenant Commander, how'd it go in there?
I can never tell with them. I'm just waiting for orders now.
Lieutenant Commander?
You hadn't heard.
No. I'm a bit out of the loop these days.
Sorry, ma'am. Didn't mean to keep you out of the loop.
Ashley is looking fit. It's fine, and you're fine.
It's not like you learned the Reapers were coming and didn't tell me.
True enough.
Admiral,
Come on.
You know the commander?
I used to.
Admiral Anderson. Shepard.
What's the situation?
I knew
We're
her
hoping you would
before
tell
she
us.
died.
The reports coming in are unlike anything we've seen.
I get it.
Whole colonies have gone dark. We've lost contact with everything beyond the Soul Relay.
Whatever this is, it's incomprehensibly powerful.
You brought me here to confirm what you already know. The Reapers are here.
Yeah, I get Ashley's
do we stop
perspective. Because one minute you're
Stop
helping her, then she's
This
working for
isn't about
Cerberus.
strategy or tactics. This is about survival. The Reapers are more advanced than we are, more powerful, more intelligent. They don't fear us. And they'll never take pity on us.
But there must be some way.
But yeah, you know, Shepard's alliance first. There's no question. But Ashley takes that to an extreme. She's never going to work for Cerberus. Ever. And why? Because one of the things she says in Mass Effect 2, she says, I'm no fan of aliens, but will never be on the side of Cerberus. I think that's what she says. It's because they're very space racist. And Shepard's working with them. So again, you can see like Ash is like, I used to know Commander Shepard. I don't know if I know him anymore. Kind of has a point.
If we're gonna have any chance at surviving this, we have to stand together.
That's it? That's our plan?
Admiral, we've lost contact with Luna Base.
The moon? It couldn't be that close already.
How'd they get past our defenses?
Sir, UK headquarters has a visual.
Why haven't we heard from Admiral Hackett?
What do we do?
The only thing we can. We fight or we die.
We should get to the Normandy.
Oh my God. Move! Go, go, go!
Shepard.
Shepard!
I had a chair malfunction for a second there.
Here, take this. We've got to get moving. This is Admiral Anderson. Report in, anyone. Lieutenant Commander Williams, is that you? What's your status? I can't raise the Normandy. You'll have to contact him. We'll meet you at the landing zone. Anderson out. They're massive. Come on, Shepard. Ashley's headed to the Normandy. They'll pick us up if we can get to the spaceport. Let's move.
All right. So this feels good. I'm gonna quick save right here. Let me check out my. Okay, I don't want this here. I want this over there. The UI sometimes gets stuck. I want this here. Want that there. This there. This is all wrong. Okay. Because when I do this, it's one and done. Okay, let's look at our squad. All right, so we have points. See? I have some fitness points now. Yay. Banana says, so apparently BG3 happens 10 years after Abdel Adrian died. I don't remember Abdel. Who's that? Since we're doing insanity, I'm focusing on health first. And I may have to rebuild this when I get my chance, but back. Sentry turret. Oh, I forgot about. Oh, sentry turret's so awesome. But yeah, I may get rid of sabotage. I don't use it much for myself. I use sentry turret a lot. That with my drone. Oh. Tech mastery needs to be. In fact, can I undo? Okay, I can't. So as soon as we get to the ship, I need to rebuild this the way I want to. Oh man. Okay, I messed this up. What did I do? I may stop right here because I forgot about my tech mastery build. I have to do this first and never think about it again. But this one's, yeah, reputation and duration. I don't care about the reputation, but force and damage of all squad mates. Don't care about that. I do want this, and I want power damage duration. Yes, very good. That's what I want. Okay, so now we're I got an achievement called focused. Okay, so we're good. We're good for now. That's what I want. Awesome. It's so awesome to have those options. Man, if ME3 builds were in 1 and 2, I would play almost nothing but Mass Effect.
Look out! How do you stop something so powerful?
It's the book version. That's why I didn't know it. So I could care less about the book version. That's why I saw the ad bill. It made sense. But I was like, I should know that name.
Come on, let's go.
I don't care about no Abdel. That's so... It's literally fan fiction.
Come on. We'll have to go this way. Looks clear. Let's go. Lieutenant Commander, you read me. I'm patching in Shepard.
We're almost to the Normandy. I've got Lieutenant Vega with me, but we're taking heavy fire.
Husks! Take him out! Shoot him! You haven't forgot how to shoot, have you? Take him out! I'm out of ammo. Come on, we gotta move. to take these things out the old-fashioned way.
Well, I can't get over the thing.
Don't let him grab you.
Nice. You might like this little Easter egg I'm putting in the video? Okay. Well, we'll see. Oh, this is so clean. So good.
Watch it.
Hey, wait a minute. I gotta do it the way it wants me to.
Through this way. Hey. It's okay.
Everyone's dying.
Come here. I need to get you someplace safe. Take my hand.
You can't help me.
Shepard! In here. This is a goddamn mess. Every minute these machines are here, thousands of innocent people die. I won't be responsible.
It's hard enough fighting a war, but it's worse knowing no matter how hard you try, you can't save them all.
Exactly. They get so fast. I thought we'd have more time.
We knew they were coming.
And they still just cut through our defenses. We need to go to the Citadel. Talk to the Council.
The Citadel? The fight's here.
It'll be everywhere soon enough. You said it yourself. The Reapers will destroy everything if we don't stop them. The Council has to help us.
You sure about that?
No, but you're a Council Spectre. That has to count for something. Gotcha!
Thanks. I owe you one.
More than one. Grab some ammo.
One quick second. Okay. Didn't get a chance to... Sometimes you get these bots come in.
Reload. Let's keep moving.
There we go.
Come on. It hasn't been that long since you've had your weapon. Oh. Lieutenant Commander Williams, we're in sight of the spaceport. ETA 3 minutes.
We've made it to the Normandy, taking heavy fire. Oh god! They're gonna take down that dreadnought. Invasive maneuvers.
Lieutenant Commander, Ashley! Damn it, they're in trouble.
You know, at the end of the day, the insanity thing is like something like that me and Banana do. Just enjoy the game. You know, I've turned it off insanity. Like the last time I did this, I was like, I'm not gonna get through this. I can't kill a husk. Like that very first entry area, I couldn't kill the husk. I was at 0 level, couldn't do it. So, you know, play the game how you want to enjoy it. It's not a flex or anything. It's just it's the mode that I think me and Banana feel that we have to pay attention, because otherwise we would just coast.
You two all right?
Get down, they'll see you.
Keep your head down. Nice job. Finish them all. Shepard, over here.
I might have my sensitivity on too high. Last time I was on, I noticed that it was a little slow, so I amped it up. I'm going to bring it back down to about 50. That way it doesn't look like a glitchy mess to you guys. Camera sensitivity, medium. Okay. Yeah. That one I might change to high.
What happened here?
Our gunship was shot down. We barely made it.
You have a radio? We're trying to contact our ship.
No. There's one in the gunship, but it's gonna be crawling with those things.
Stay here, son. We'll get you out of here.
Banana says 100% agree. Insanity is there if you want to play it, but doesn't actually provide anything more, so you shouldn't be pressured to play it. 100% true. And I feel that way about all games. I love accessibility in games. FromSoft, I've been very critical about. Like, they're just not catching up. They don't get it. And that's okay, you know, but accessibility is becoming more and more of a thing. And I'm not against it. I'm pro as many people to play it, and if you have a mode that's a, you know, preferred developer mode, great. There we go. My favorite weapon.
Do you read?
There it is. Oh, the Black Widow's my favorite. Hey, Quest and Pandemonium, how are you doing?
I'm
Welcome on
activating
in.
its distress beacon. Send support. We've got wounded down here. Lieutenant! Damn it! I've lost the signal.
I may not have updated my Twitch information.
And fast, we've got company.
Oh no! I don't think I changed the channel to, I mean the game to Mass Effect 3. Oh man, I love this gun though. It doesn't hit hard, but it hits straight and it hits fast, which is all I need as a tech person.
Hope they get there soon.
You and me both.
Running out of ammo. There's more of them.
Cavalry has arrived.
There we go. How you been doing? Hey, Banana. It's Mass Effect Legendary Edition. Oh, okay.
About time.
It's wrong on YouTube?
Let's go.
Shouldn't be. Not on YouTube. Oh, look. No, it says Mass Effect 3 on YouTube.
Thanks.
Shepard.
Come on.
I think I just need to update my stream title then. And that's it.
Going. You saw those men back there. There's a million more like them, and they need a leader.
We're in this fight together, Anderson.
It's a fight we can't win. Not without help. We need every species and all their ships to even have a chance at defeating the Reapers. Talk to the Council. Convince them to help us.
What if they won't listen?
Then make them listen. Now go! That's an order.
I don't take orders from you anymore, remember?
Consider yourself reinstated. Commander. You know what you have to do.
I'll be back for you, and I'll bring every fleet I can. Good luck.
You too, Shepard.
Top 3 intros of all time for me. Maybe the best. Is it on sanity? Yes, it is on sanity. I'm glutton for punishment. Now I'm sad. The intro is brutal. I know. Intro is the best.
What the hell's going on? Where's Anderson? Where are we going? Hey!
We're leaving.
Leaving?
What's going on?
Anderson wants us to go to the Citadel, get help for the fight.
Bullshit, he wouldn't order us to leave.
We don't have a choice. Without help, this war's already over.
Forget it. Drop me off someplace.
Enough! Don't you think I'd rather stay and fight?
Another thing
We're
about
going to the
ME3,
Citadel. You want out? You can catch a ride back from there.
a lot less quick times. I hate quick times.
Joker, that you?
Alive and kicking. Got an emergency transmission from Admiral Hackett for you.
Patch it through.
Shepard, sustained heavy losses. The force was overwhelming. There's no way we can defeat them conventionally.
Anderson's already ordered me to the Citadel to talk to the Council.
First, I need you to Alliance outpost on Mars. We lose control of the system.
Yes, sir.
Been researching the Prothean archives with Dr. Tassoni. We found a way to stop the Reapers. The only way to stop them. Contact soon. Hack it out.
Joker, set a course for the Mars archives.
Mars. Roger that.
So I like QuickTime in some games where the QuickTime is the gameplay.
Why Mars? What does he think we'll find there?
But
I don't know. Yet. But if it helps us win this war.
I don't like QuickTime when it's
Grab your
just
gear.
so random, you know, and it is sometimes in Mass Effect 2 for sure. 3, you just don't see it as much, so I like that. But what I would prefer instead of a QuickTime is like a Paragon response or nothing. Just get rid of the QuickTime. Because you miss out on some dialogue sometimes. You have to like do it before. If you don't do it in time, then they'll finish the dialogue So you heard what they said, but you didn't get to react. Sometimes you need to hear the rest of the dialogue before you can actually think about reacting. But yeah.
I've been trying to reach Mars on secure channels. No one's answering.
Any sign of Reaper activity?
Negative.
Edie?
The base appears to be online. It's possible the inhabitants were evacuated.
We'll know soon enough. Be ready, Joker. Just in case.
Roger that. Normandy out. We're almost there.
Yeah, I almost forgot about half the abilities I had as a tech person because I was like, oh wow, I forgot I can throw my drone out there. I can throw my sentry out there. But I'll probably get rid of freeze. When you use the freeze with the incendiary, your incineration, it'll create a tech explosion.
From the base, but we've got a massive storm headed our way.
How long till it hits?
Half hour tops. After that, we're gonna have difficulty keeping up comms with the Normandy.
Understood.
But I could argue that if you upgrade your incendiary all the way, you'll be fine. I don't have my trusty little Avenger anymore. Crap. So what we'll do is we'll go to squad because we should have some levels for Ash, and nobody hits harder than Ash. You can say what you want about Grunt or Rex. They are half and half. Ash is just a pure soldier. Give her lots of health, power damage, assault rifle. Ooh. And because we don't keep her for long. No, I'm gonna do this. Keep her on assault rifle duty. I'm a marksman. Concussive shot. I can give her 1 disruptor ammo just so that she has it. Ooh. I don't care about the grenades as much, so we'll just wait until we get the next level for concussive shot. Arms Master. James is great. You put James and Ashley together in some of the final missions, like when you get to Earth at the very end of the game. Man. Again, we're doing insanity, so I'm just putting everything in health when I can. See, this is the thing. So increase health and shield damage bonus by 40%. Increase melee damage by 100%. That's great if it's you. But for him, I think I'm going to put that in all of us. All right. Incendiary ammo. I don't know if I care about the panic. But I do care about the extra health damage. So... Carnage. Forgot about Carnage. It's like Ash's concussive shot, but better. It says rip a target into shreds with this vicious blast. Major collateral damage to enemies nearby, effective against armor. It's beautiful. So we got some points now. Now I'm going to put some more into fitness because we're going to need it. And we're ready to go. I'm going to quick save. I'm going to do...
Damn, that's a huge storm. Looks a lot bigger in person.
Come on, Lieutenant. It's not that bad.
Doesn't mean it can't kill us.
I'm more worried about the war back on Earth, or the fact that nobody here is reporting in.
Fair enough.
So when I do playthroughs of Mass Effect, especially since we don't have Mass Effect 3 on this channel yet, I tend to try to make it more cinematic. I know I'm yapping, but at some point I'm just going to try to play straight through. So if you have a message or whatever, I'll definitely read it. But I'm not going to get too distracted with the lore commentary and things like that, because I think it's really important that since we talk about Mass Effect a lot on the channel, that if somebody hasn't played it, because there's a lot of people that obviously have played it, but if you haven't played it before, then at least you have a point of reference that you could say, hey, let me just go watch the playthrough of it.
What's that?
Alliance. Sergeant Reeves. Doesn't look like he put up a fight.
Something's not right here.
Okay, I want to change my loadout. Don't care about my gun. I do want my Avenger back. Absolutely. And I'll keep the SMG, but this way it allows me to keep my weight down, which increases my speed of power regeneration. And then that's all I need.
Roger that.
Okay. Now I need you to use that. And then Ash. She's blocked. There it is. She is. We're going to use disruptor ammo. Okay, yeah, shotgun.
Sure thing.
There we go. I know the struggle of trying to keep your weight down.
Holy shit. They're executing them. They know we're here now.
Okay. Nice.
Those guys were Cerberus, weren't they?
Sure look like it. What's Cerberus doing here on Mars? Good question. You don't know?
I'm not with them anymore, Ash, if that's what you're asking.
It wasn't, but you have to admit, it's a bit convenient.
Look out! Doesn't look like they came here in force.
Yeah, just a few vehicles.
Kinda suggests they had help. From the inside.
Seems likely.
You'd need a lot more men and firepower to take this place otherwise. I need a straight answer, Shepard.
About what?
Do you know anything about this? What is Cerberus doing here?
What makes you think I know what they're up to?
You worked for them. How am I supposed to believe you've cut all ties?
I used them to take down the Collectors. That's it.
They rebuilt you from scratch. They gave your ship, resources.
Let me be clear. I've had no contact with Cerberus since I destroyed the Collector base. And I have no idea why they're here now or what they want.
Commander Shepard's been under constant surveillance since coming back to Earth. No way they've communicated since.
Sorry, Shepard. I
shouldn't have to explain myself to you, Ash. Please trust me.
I do. It's just that.
So everybody should be happy that I'm romancing Liara for once.
Easy there, Lieutenant. She's with us.
Shepard, thank the goddess you're alive.
You too, Liara.
I was so worried when the reports came in. I'm sorry about Earth.
Yeah, it was difficult to leave.
Ashley, I'm sorry. But why'd you come here?
Hackett ordered us to come. Said you know what was going on.
I do.
Hallelujah. Some answers, finally.
Maybe. I've discovered plans for a Prothean device. One that could wipe out the Reapers.
Here? On Mars?
In the Prothean archives, yes.
We've known about the archives for decades. Why now?
Process of elimination, mixed with a little desperation. When you destroyed the Alpha Relay, you bought us some time. But then you were under investigation. I knew I had to do something. Hackett knew it too. He contacted me, asking if I would use my resources as a shadow broker to find a way to stop the Reapers. My search led me here. Hackett got me access to the archives and kept me updated on your status. I meant to come see you, but...
I would have liked that. But under the circumstances, I think I can forgive you.
You're too kind. In any case, my work paid off. The archives are full of data, an overwhelming amount. I think I found what we need.
You never noticed that Hackett knows that Liar is a shadow broker. I don't think it's so much that he knows. Well, he knows obviously, but I think Liar, if you think about it, probably shared the information voluntarily. I don't think Hackett's spy network figured that out. I think she volunteered the information, mainly because what does Liara do? Over and over and over. And I promised I wouldn't do these lore dumps, but she's always trying to find out what's going on with Shepard. Always. And Liara just calling out of the blue, and Asari, even if she's good friends and has helped the Alliance in the past, probably not going to have that access. But if she shares information with Hackett and explains how she gets that information, I think she probably have a little bit more free-flowing information of what's going on with Shepard. Yeah. Information broker before he'd reach out to her even without warning, knowing that is true too. But I really think that Liara is probably trying to find out that Shepard's okay. You know?
I guess I'll believe it when I see it. Where do we find this weapon?
It's not a weapon, not yet. It's plans for a device, a blueprint.
It's more than we had a minute ago. How do we get it?
The archives are just across that tramway. Assuming Cerberus hasn't locked it down.
What are they after?
Yeah, they seem hell-bent on catching you.
They want what I'm here for. What we're all here for.
But why?
The Protheans came close to defeating the Reapers. They had plans to destroy them, but ran out of time.
And anything powerful enough to destroy the Reapers.
Just might be something Cerberus would be interested in.
So it's a race to the archives.
Let me adjust my lighting again.
Bring it on.
Not this time, James.
What?
What?
Get back to the shuttle. If Cerberus beats us to the archives, I need you covering the exits.
But...
Now, Lieutenant.
Yeah. See, James is always wanting to help in the here and now. Ashley would
They're
not
getting
question
closer.
it. You didn't ask
We should
Ashley
take
to leave, but if they had, and James was staying, it would satisfy both of them. You know, Ashley be like,
Looks
okay.
like they found us.
But they have a story to tell.
I can use Singularity to draw them out. Not a problem for someone with biotics. That's all of them.
Good. Let's find a way up.
All right. Okay. Let's
This is a secure station. How did Cerberus get in?
Not sure. One minute we were getting reports of the Reaper invasion. The next, there was chaos. Didn't even realize it was Cerberus at first.
Could they be working
They've
with the
sabotaged the
Reapers?
elevator.
Doubtful, but I suppose anything's possible.
I got multiple conversations going at the same time from Liara. But yeah, the combat in 3 is just so good. Now, we were talking about in Comstream about Andromeda a little bit, and I'm very hateful towards Andromeda. A lot of the times because, you know, we were expecting so much and it let us down so far. But I think also a part of it is there's a lot of things that they just did not do very well at all. One of them mainly is the storytelling. Like, I can forgive a lot of things. You know, Cyberpunk was one of those. The story was always there. And so I'd always said, Cyberpunk is an excellent game. Don't count it out. I know it's got bugs. They're going to figure that out, you know? And I played it all the way through and I was like, there's a phenomenal game here. And slowly, as they were improving it, suddenly people just started coming around and said it was a great game. I'm like, but you couldn't do that with Andromeda, because the story is not there. Legion is one of the many failed princesses from a story of the Princess and the Pea. True. Yeah.
Shepard, take cover.
Oh, crap. I'm still in Mass Effect 2. Crap. Because I really love doing the pull. But, oh well. I ran up to it and you were supposed to do this. And then you come along here and then you pull them down. Crap. Oh well. Ash, do you have your... Yes, she does. Oh, and I need to do Liara's abilities. Pure biotic, which is what she is. Ooh. I think I'm going to do this for her. I'll keep her alive. Weapon, power. See, and it's just the singularity. And if I spam that, that'd be fine, but... If I use Liara, it would be someone like Javik. So we're going to do singularity. We're going to ignore stasis. Stasis, see, it says stop an enemy in its tracks with its powerful able squad. Smart team and clever boys are coming as backup. Right. Stop an enemy. How you doing, Com? How was the gym? With his powerful Mass Effect field, no effect on armored targets. You see? Already. Enemies eventually break out of stasis after taking major damage. So they can take some damage in this one, but it's still... it doesn't really do much. I just ignore it completely. We're going to do warp. Warp is just phenomenal. And then we're going to give her 1 point in warp ammo. Yeah. Gym was good. Legs and some bicep work, because that's the cherry on the chocolate cake. and coconut sprinkles. Don't forget the coconut sprinkles. See, you hate those things. That all sounds good to me, and that workout sounds good to me. So maybe it's just, you know, maybe you just need to check yourself. Yeah, we're going to put 1 more point here when we can. All right, let's go. You're a monster. Well, like I said, as long as I can, for me, because I'm not young anymore, y'all. But as long as I can still bench 2 plates and squat 4 plates,
We'll need access to the pedway.
I'm good.
Controls should be nearby.
Yeah, Miss Mika. Not to be confused with the streamer. This came out years before that. Thank you for your kind offer of a new and cutting-edge technology. As with every other offer you've made, we're going to have to decline. Our proprietary rights experts have gone over your contracts again and found them lacking again. And in short, we're not interested. Please don't contact us anymore with your generous offers. Here's Exogeny. Remember Exogeny guys from Mass Effect 1?
Damn it. Security's been tampered with.
This is so cool. Right there. Seeing the monitors like that.
That's odd.
It's a very low-tech sci-fi that me and Com talk about a lot. You know, like in Aliens, the monitors that they used, I'm trying to remember exactly how they did it, but they took a TV, they filmed it, put it on a record, like a VHS, like that type of video.
Security's been tampered with.
Yeah, they recorded on video, put it on a TV monitor, and filmed the TV monitor, like not the whole, just the image, and that's what they used in the movie to give it that extra like film effect, even though it was video.
Shepard, see if you can gain access to the pedway. I can't seem to unlock the live feeds, but...
Hey, did you see that? Who's that woman in the vid?
That's Dr. Ivakore. She got here about a week ago. Any luck?
Pedway's been locked out.
Alright, looks like there's construction nearby. We can get out on the roof. We can find a way around from there.
Great. Let's move.
Storm's getting closer. What the hell?
Looks like the Alliance is still putting up a fight.
That tram heads to the archives. Once Cerberus is across, they're at the final security checkpoint.
And that's where we're headed.
Commander, you read me?
Barely. Storm's causing interference.
Yeah, tell me about it. I've lost contact with the Normandy. What's your position?
I didn't read that, James. Repeat. Damn it!
That storm, this airlock shouldn't be open.
Doesn't look like it was forced.
No, you have to override security protocols. Someone vented the air from this room while they were still here.
Looks like they died trying to claw their way out.
This is brutal, even by Cerberus standards.
All right, Banana says recorded the intro, just need to play it over some BG3 video and add some ambient music, and that part will be done. Okay, next part is the big effort, discussing all 48 items. Oh, Quiet's insane. Hey, come. Hello, Quiet's in Pandemonium. Cam. Who the hell is that woman messing in my files? Get her out of there. I won't have my system messed up by some wannabe expert who will be gone next week. Damn strangers who think that they know it all but don't care about what's really they're trying to achieve here. Dr. Ava? Seriously? Don't you remember what happened last time? No. No one remembers.
Flashlights. Roger that. Delta Scout. What's our order? There's an Alliance force in here somewhere. We need to keep them away from the core. Check the next room.
There we go. Very nice. Got a little scope. A random question. Have you tried beaming and automation? That's for Banana. So this is kind of the same effect, really. If you increase it against certain enemies like Atlases, this is amazing. But if you just the wider area, for the most part, for most encounters, this is better. I'm going to do that for now, but I may change it once we get to once we get Ash back.
We need to pressurize the room first.
That's for Nana. Have you tried it? Or Incominos?
There we go.
I do everything manually. Everything's me.
Hey, looks like there's a recording of what happened here.
Security station. Come in. We're seeing some odd activity down here. Our security protocols just kicked in. Everything's locked down. Doctor, I'll get you a report as soon as...
Guess we know how Cerberus got in.
I should have realized it when I met her. I was just so focused on finding a way to stop the Reapers.
Oh, beaming and automation. Oh, I didn't know those games. I thought you were talking about the automation tools that you have in like Adobe or the DaVinci. Because there are some settings that I could have it where the software starts recognizing my normal things, and it'll actually start cutting areas for me in advance so that I can more easily edit. I just haven't done any of that. I don't want to mess up anything, and I don't want to sit there and try to learn something while I'm editing. But no, I didn't know those were games. Sorry.
Stopping the Reapers is the only thing we should be focused on. It's not your fault.
But what if we're wrong? What if there's no way to stop them? What if these are our last days and we spend them scurrying around trying to solve a problem we can't fix?
Liara.
I know. I shouldn't think that way. I don't know how you do it. You've always stayed focused even in the worst situations.
When there's so much at stake, I think about my friends, loved ones. What I'd lose if I failed.
Me too.
We'll stop them, Liara. Together.
I believe you. Or I believe that you believe. Maybe that's enough. Okay, doors open. We can get to the labs and tram station through there.
Good. Let's move.
Sorry. I'm sorry. Thank you, Quiescent. No, I was just reading this. Automation is a sort of sandbox tycoon game in which you make cars from scratch, and Beamdog is a car sim with soft body physics. Nah. There's a lot of automation games out there now. There's one, and this it might be the same one you're thinking of, but you basically create it's like Factorio, but it's like an assembly line, and you're constantly trying to make it more efficient. So as you do one thing, it goes through the cycle, and then you can do this other thing, and that makes it a little bit more efficient. And then you do this other thing, and it's this endless loop of just automation going on. So it might be the same game you're talking about, but there's a few that are like that. You can export the cars you make in automation to Beam NG. Oh, okay. Yeah, it's not like a factory game. Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah. I'm trying to get the mail slot achievement. It's like the only thing I don't really achievement hunt, as you know, but I like getting that one. Okay. Let's see. Ah.
Understood.
Dadgummit. Okay, there's Ash. I was looking for Ash. Oh crap. Hit the wrong button. Come on there, Glyph or whatever. Whoever I have at the moment. Ooh. Okay.
Of course.
I guess that's it. Okay.
What's that smell? They just activated the decontamination protocols, with the staff still inside.
Okay.
This is where they studied the various relics unearthed here.
All right. Notes by S. Esperanza. It's more like an engineering game or designing cars. Teaches about mechanics. Thought Banana would enjoy those. Com loves his cars. I don't know. Yeah, but if you wanted to link it, then from wherever it is, if I don't know if it's on Steam or not, then you should be able to link it. Should be able to. We haven't been able to decipher much, if any, of the language yet, but the visual documentation gives us some idea as to what they were studying, namely us. They seem particularly interested in early humanity's evolutionary process, judging by the way they organized their files and highlighted specific occasions. It seems a bit fantastic to write this, but everything indicates that they seem to be trying to chart the curve of humanity's intellectual progression. Again, you know, it's just more and more information we get about the Protheans and their dealings with humans.
More than I could describe in a short conversation, and they'd only scratched the surface. There are vaults filled with Prothean data troves that have never been studied. That's the tram line. Takes us right to the archives. No doubt Cerberus has it locked down. Hopefully we can override it at the security station. It's just through here.
I think I'm going to get rid of that and do this, that there. There we go. Continue. Okay. All right. Look out!
No kidding! Is that the only way in?
It's the only way I know of.
We'll skirt around it. Stay out of its sights.
I'll move up first.
Don't let it target you!
Damn it! Stay in cover, Shepard. Damn it. The turret can't fire on us from here.
Just get ready. Target spotted.
Sure.
Okay.
I love these little sentries. Man, they're great. All right. Doing a full sweep. All right. Research for notes from J. Tasman. Since the last location, and again, I won't be reading every single one of these, but you know, the last location seems to have run dry. But judging from the communication system's layout and the backup power supplies equipped with the first Prothean research base we discovered, we think a secondary base may be located deeper underground. We're going to need permission from the powers that be to excavate further, but considering the recent renewal and enthusiasm for the work we're doing here, I don't think the clearance will be an issue.
Set up a perimeter. No one else comes across.
We still have teams on the other side.
No one! And shut down those cameras.
Looks like they've made it to the archives.
And it looks like they won't be sitting a tram anytime soon.
Can you override it?
The archives are on a separate network. We're completely locked out.
Not completely. What if we could find a short-range transmitter? Helmet to helmet.
And?
And then we convince them that we're with them. And the Alliance forces have been taken care of.
Good idea. See what you can find. What?
The Lieutenant Commander has become very capable.
Agreed.
Commander, I found something.
What have you got?
He's got a transmitter in his helmet. If I can... Oh. Oh god. He looks like a husk.
Yeah, not quite. They've definitely done something to him.
Engineered by Cerberus? They claim to stand for humanity, and they do this to their own people. That could have been you, Shepard. For all I knew, that's what Cerberus had done to you.
How can you compare me to that thing?
I don't know what you are. Not since they got their hands on you. Is it really you? Would you even know if they were controlling you somehow?
That's not fair, Ash.
I'm just talking out loud. I don't need you to answer. I doubt there's anything you could say to convince me. I guess I just need some time to get to know you again.
I'm the same person I always was. Time won't change that. But if that's what you need, I understand.
Thanks. for understanding.
You bet. Let's see if we can get that tram sent over here. Hello, this is Delta Team. Anybody there?
Where the hell have you been? Never mind, what's your status?
We're at the tram station, waiting for extraction. All hostiles terminated.
Roger that. Echo Team will ride over and secure the station.
Think they bought it?
If they didn't, they'll figure it out soon enough.
We should get in position. Flank them when they get off the tram.
Good thinking, Elsie.
Understood. Got it! Understood. Understood.
Here they come.
Let's go.
Got it.
Yeah, you gotta love the little sentry and stuff. It just makes such quick work out of everything. So what I like to do when I know it's one of these guardians, you throw it behind them, and that way they turn around. It's either gonna shoot them or you're gonna shoot them. So I love Mass Effect 3 so much. The combat, at the very least. I loved 1 when it came out. I loved BioWare. I was big into KOTOR, and it was like, oh man, just they keep making these hits. Then Mass Effect 2 came around, and I was like, okay.
Storm's getting bad. We better wrap this up quickly.
It's neat to see it like updated, you know.
Archives are right on the other side.
3 came out, I was like, wow.
That and a squad of pissed off Cerberus troops.
They put up a good fight. Yes, it confirms my assertions about the value of the data stored here.
We are playing on Insanity. This is why me and Banana play on Insanity, because, you know, it's just a challenge for us, you know. This is the part where I sometimes do die. It doesn't matter what my level is or whatever. Watch out, Ash.
Right away. Got it. Got it. Got it. Right away. Understood.
Okay. That was easier than I thought it was going to be. All right. Ooh. Still prefer my Avenger, man. I love my Avenger. Don't think there was anything in these down here.
On it. Yep.
Come on out of there, Ash. Nah.
On it.
Early on, I think I know where everything is, but I just double checked. So one of the things I complain about Mass Effect 2 about is the puzzles that you do over and over and over. 3 is so much better. It's not that I need a puzzle, it's the same puzzle over and over. I have an Omni tool.
Ash.
Shepard.
Elusive man.
Fascinating race, the Protheans. They left all this for us to discover, but we squandered it. The Alliance has known about the archives for more than 30 years. And what have they done with it?
What do you want?
What I've always wanted. The data in these artifacts holds the key to solving the Reaper threat.
I've seen your solution. Your people are turned into monsters.
Hardly. They're being improved.
Improved?
That's what separates us, Shepard. Where you see a means to destroy, I see a way to control, to dominate and harness the Reaper's power. Imagine how strong humanity would be if we controlled them.
Earth is under siege and you're hatching a scheme to control the Reapers?
You've always been short-sighted, hasty. Your destruction of the Collector base proved that.
I destroyed that base because I didn't trust you with the information.
This isn't your fight any longer, Shepard. You can't defeat the Reapers, even with the Prothean data.
Work with me. Give me control of your resources and I'll stop them.
You'd do better than most, but the odds aren't in your favor. More importantly, I don't want the Reapers destroyed. We can dominate them, use their power, harness their very essence to bring humanity to the apex of evolution.
One second. It got dark in the room. I think it's like raining outside, so my white balance has to be adjusted again. Give me 1 second. There we go. But more than anything else, I need to add my contrast. There we go. Yeah. All right. We add this. Okay. Oops. And I need to go to my camera settings real quick. Hold on. Sorry. Yeah, it's just not acting right, but that's okay. We'll fix it on the back end of things. Man. Yeah, because it's like there's no, it's like, it's making me so, like, this is a gray shirt. Give me 1 second here. I have not, sorry, didn't mean to ignore you, was recording. Yeah, Banana's been doing some recording for the channel. Is there no white? Yeah, I have the, okay. So, OBS has a crappy setting for the camera that I use. So I use the camera setting, which is far better. But when I use the white balance for, it's not so much the white balance, it's the green screen. Like, I can get the white balance down easily. I know how to like do white balancing. It's not an issue. It's the green screen stuff. Oh, this is what I need to adjust. There we go. There we go. Oops. There we go. ISO just needs to come down. It wants to make me real bright, but it's my ISO it was way off. There we go. Okay. I think that'll work better. That looks a ton better. I don't know how it looks on your end. Green screen stuff? Yeah. My green screen stuff. But here we go.
You've gone too far. The Reapers will kill us all if we don't stop fighting each other.
I don't expect you to understand, Shepard, and I'm certainly not looking for your approval.
I definitely didn't have issues with that earlier. Yeah. I saw his screen too.
You were a tool, an agent with a singular purpose. And despite
so by moving a little bit further, probably, but I don't want to.
But like the rest of the relics in this place,
see, it's like showing up right here.
Enough talk.
I normally would have a light that's down there on the floor.
Don't interfere with
I didn't put one down.
I won't warn you again.
Duly noted.
Shepard,
What?
the data, it's not here.
It's being erased.
goodbye, Shepard.
Damn it! How's he doing it?
It's local. Someone's uploading the information.
Hey, step away from the console. Now! Ugh. She's got the data. She's faster than she looks.
Yeah.
Stay close.
Let's go get her.
There she is. Stay on her. She's getting away.
I've used freeze on her. I've used a ton of stuff to try to slow her down, but no, it's obviously scripted.
Over there.
Oh, she got that one off on me.
James, you read me? Cerberus has the data. Radio the Normandy. Get them down here now.
See, there's no way she's human. Me and Common Banana have talked about this. She's just not human. She might be 1% human.
She's getting away.
But I think she's a full android.
Damn it. James.
But I don't know.
Normandy. Anybody.
I actually didn't suspect her because she looks human. You're right.
I got this one.
The way her health gets locked in as well, so you can do damage after you do a certain point. Yeah. Yeah, but this has been a question of like, why does Edie have to look like a sex bot? I mean, she took over Eva, and if she's not a true AI, I don't know. 99% gas, 1% evil. I don't see Cerberus making another true AI, but she seems like a true AI. Understood that reference?
They'll be here soon.
We need the data. Let her go.
Orders?
Finish her.
Almost missed that. But I'm that good of a sharpshooter. I just got her anyway.
Grab that thing. Bring it with us.
Shepard, we got Reaper signatures in orbit.
There. That should handle the background better. All right.
Ashley needs medical attention. We have to leave the Sol system.
I know.
The Citadel is our best chance. We can find help there.
Get us to the Citadel, Joker.
Roger that.
Hold on, Ash.
I have this extra light, but it doesn't keep it charged, so I have to keep it plugged in. And it was wrapped around my old earbuds. I was like, how do I get this out?
Secondary QEC. I believe it's Admiral Hackett.
Patch me through.
I'll forward it to the comm room.
Just getting Ash battered. Yeah.
Edie, can you clear this up? I'll do my best.
Well, I don't think I thought she was ever human, that she just may have been an AI in cybernetic housing. It's
So
just,
the elusive man.
yeah. I don't have an answer. Maybe.
Most of it. He downloaded some before I could stop him. Edie and Liara are analyzing what we recovered.
What have you learned? Was it worth the effort?
Preliminary evidence suggests the data is a blueprint for a Prothean device.
Device?
A weapon, massive in size and scope, that's capable of unquantifiable levels of destruction.
Spilled some water on myself.
Send me the data. We'll do our own analysis. If Liara's instincts are right, this might be the key to stopping the Reapers.
I hope so. Lieutenant Commander Williams was critically wounded. We're taking her to the Citadel.
Sorry to hear that, Shepard. But we both know this is just the beginning. Talk to the Council, show them what you found. With luck, they'll give you all the support we need.
And if they don't?
Do whatever it takes to get them on board. I'll be in touch soon. Hack it out.
Shepard? Edie is extracting data from the Cerberus machine. We'll have details to present to the Council by the time we reach the Citadel.
And Lieutenant Commander Williams?
I've done what I can for her. She needs proper medical attention soon. The Admiral's right. It's going to get worse, isn't it?
Unless we stop
Yeah.
the Reapers, yeah.
Sorry.
I've looked at the data. This weapon could be the answer if we can build it. I get the sense you don't quite believe it, though.
Yeah, I don't disagree. It's just one of those. I think the question for me, the main question, because I can't answer that. It's like an impossible issue for me to address. But why did we need a sex bot in Mass Effect 3? You don't. But I don't think it's out of place in reasoning either, because if we're going to have Dr. Ava, a Cerberus infiltrator, you got to remember some of the other infiltrators that we run into have certain physiques about them. But that's because they have to be athletic. But Dr. Ava, you're not going to create somebody who is going to have a hard time infiltrating. You want to use, just like the Asari, you want to use every weapon at your disposal, just like the Drow, to manipulate and ensure that your agenda is met. And I don't think Dr. Eva would makes sense if she didn't look like the way, Edie ends up looking like. So when Edie takes over that body, let's just assume it's not a full AI. But when she takes over the body, there it is. It is what it is. So it's not like she's the what was it, the T-1000? It's not like she can break it down and become something else, right? So, not 100% sure about that, yeah. I think an android is fully cybernetic, but a cyborg is an organism with cyber enhancement. That's where I'm leaning to. I can't really answer it. You would think if Cerberus has created another AI, they're already on their way. They're good. They don't need much other help. The Elusive Man may be indoctrinated, but they're good to go. They're fine. If they have a bunch of the blueprint basically for a bunch of EDs, they're good. They're fine. And I don't think they're at that point. I agree that Cerberus would have created an ugly infiltrator, but would have created a hot one because that's another tool for infiltration. But the fact that no one ever says that Cerberus or pervs feels odd. That's not wrong. But again, you send your spies with the best possible chance of success. You mitigate your failure. And I just think it's there. So, but yeah. So what is T-800 from Terminator? Yeah, wasn't it the T-1000? I thought T-1000. In other words, I'm saying that Edie's not like the T-1000. She has to take on the form that was given to her. That's why she looks the way she looks. Well, I'm not blaming BioWare for coming down that logic. I understand it's kind of like Miranda's voluptuous curves. They're there for a reason. I get that. You could also argue that her father wanted a perfect specimen, and the hips don't lie. T-1000 is Terminator 2, right? Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So, yeah, the T-800 is Arnold. I am the T-800. Man, there's been so many like Arnold AI voices in things that's so funny though, because I love Arnold so much. He can almost do no wrong in my eyes. But yeah, I have this one where it's a one of those fish that eat algae on the glass. You know how they they move their mouth really fast. I have this one, and it says when your daughter comes in and wants to tell you about her day. And it's just the voice of Arnold saying, dabba 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 dabba. I was like, that's my daughter. It's really funny. I'll have to post it in the Discord. I'll find it and I'll post it for you guys. I actually think there was a discussion about that. Arnold was supposed to be a different role because of the T-800 was supposed to be blended. But Cameron met with him and just thought the presidency had made for a better movie. Yeah. Yeah, but Cameron didn't do... I see what you're saying. I see what you're saying. Get to the chopper, daddy.
You didn't see what they did to Earth. How is one weapon supposed to stop them?
What are our options? You know we can't win this conventionally. Shepard. Isn't it worth trying at least?
I'm gonna check on Ashley and James. Make sure we're ready to present our findings to the Council.
I'm sure the Council will see the need to help.
It'll be a hell of a short war if they don't.
Would you consider T-800 to be an android or a cyborg? It's a good question.
We got a pulse here.
Move him out.
The cyborg's
Where to
a
Memorial?
human
Best care in the Citadel.
with
We're not going with?
We need to see the council.
robot enhancements.
Right.
But if he was never human, he was just given human features, then I would say an
Looks
android.
like they might be coming to see you.
Commander Shepard, got word you were arriving.
Captain Bailey, good to see you again.
Yeah, you too. Though it's Commander now.
Congratulations.
Thanks. Now half my job
Mess
is
that
dealing
up,
with
banana.
political bullshit and escorting dignitaries around. No offense.
None taken. So you're here to bring us to the council?
I'm here to tell you the council is expecting you, but they are dealing with their own problems with the war and everything. They apologize for the inconvenience and blah, 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 blah. Meet them here at Adina's office. They'll be ready soon enough.
All right.
You might have time to go by the medical center if you want to check on progress over there.
Thanks. I might do that.
You go on ahead. I'll head up to Adina's office.
One of my men can show you the way. You?
I'm just a tourist today. I'll try not to get in any trouble.
Commander, we've got a situation in the embassy quarters. We could use your help.
I'll be right there. The other half of my job. I'll see you around, Shepard.
No doubt.
Well, now we get to be tourist on the Citadel as well. I guess we'll go ahead and talk to what's her nut.
Normandy, right? I saw it dock. It was last seen on
I would really prefer that this be Emily Wong. Can you imagine that full arc?
didn't she?
You meet her in one, you help her in one. She's a good person. She's a good journalist. She's trying to help. And then you do meet her again in two. But man, to have her right here would be awesome. But no, we got Diana Allers. Which I'm not complaining, but
What's going on here?
it could have been better.
Commander, just who I was looking for. Diana Allers, Alliance News Network. I think we can help each other.
I suppose you want an interview?
Even better. I'm a military reporter with the show called
It sounds like I'm
Battlespace.
complaining.
We're carried on just about all council planets. My producers want me embedded on a human ship, and I want that ship to be the Normandy.
Why would I want that?
Wars can be won or lost in the editing room, and this war needs to be won. I've got Alliance security clearance and operate without a crew. You get veto power over the segments I file. Can you handle an arrangement like that? Or do I keep looking?
So when I knew it was going to be Jessica Chobot before the game came out. And I thought, okay, that'd be kind of interesting to see where that goes. But seeing that we don't really get very many crew members and companions, in hindsight, like at the time, I was like, okay, this is neat. This is a new reporter, it's a fresh slate. But in hindsight, because everything comes full circle, it would have been one extra little great bit of lore to add her, Emily Wong, to our ship at that point. Been really neat. Arnold says he was a cybernetic organism, which I think is wrong, logically speaking. And I think you're right, because again, my understanding for cyborgs is that you have to be human with android or robotic features. Like if I were to get a robotic arm, technically I think I would be considered a cyborg. But the cyborg definition sometimes implies like you have software that is linked neurologically. But I have seen there's this one that I just saw where the hand is magnetic to the arm, and it can run independently because of the signals being sent from the brain. So I could argue that is technically a cyborg. It sounds bad to say that, though, about a human. But we're going to need definitions that are not so black and white. not to recategorize a person, but to describe them. Like if we were to encounter an alien species, how would we define how we alter ourselves to them if that person is going to be our representative, you know? Because to us, they may look the same, sound the same. They just have these features that are necessary for that person to exist. But to an alien, they would be like, these are two different beings. Right? So we're going to have some kind of definition to understand it better. But I do think that it's an android, like you're saying, Quiescent. To be a cyborg, you need to be a living thing first. I agree. In Star Wars lore, that's how it works. I agree. I don't think we ever see evidence that there's an organic core. He even says that the brain is a neural net processor, right? Feels like it means artificial, right? So I agree. Android. I think you caught it, Quiescent. Good call. Good catch.
Tell your producers yes for now. We'll see how it works out. Report to the ship as soon as possible.
Word cyber origin from Greek, which means steersman.
1 footlocker.
Then you would say Kyber.
Aye, aye, Commander.
Right? It wouldn't be cyber, it would be Kyber.
According to the Council, these galaxy-wide attacks are part of a massive and organized invasion plan.
I had a friend, his last name was Pharmaketus. And I was like, oh, because I recognized like Pharma, and other kids would call him Drug Boy. It's like, oh my God. It was horrible. But Pharmaketus, Drug Kid. I think I gotta talk to her to get XP.
Hello, Commandership. This note that due to recent events, official...
That's all.
Please speak with me again if you require further assistance.
Kubernetes. Yes, see, I told you with a K. They don't have C's. I don't think they have, not that I remember. I'm not a language expert, but I do pick up some things.
Welcome, Commander Shepard. Please select one moment, please.
Okay.
Now arriving at Huerta Memorial Hospital.
I don't think we're going to be here that long. We're going to visit Ash, and then we're going to go to the council, and then we'll go to do some missions because I'm anxious to kind of get out there. But this is a great lore dump because it's a continuing story.
Yes? Can I have a gun?
I'm sorry, no.
Maybe I could be transferred to another hospital then. Someplace unsecured. I could have a gun then, right? And no humans. And wherever you transfer me, it shouldn't have humans.
The humans are our allies. You don't trust them?
No, it's not that. How are my eyes? What color are they right now?
Maybe you could tell me what happened.
Telly Savalis. Banana says, yeah, I think I remember that explanation. A lot of Greek words have been incorrectly given the soft C sound despite being spelled with a kappa in Greek. Yeah, Telly Savalis said that his name, he's always been Telly, but his full name is Aristotle, but in Greek it's pronounced Aristoteli. I think that's how he said it. But we said Telly, and we say Aristotle, but he says Aristotele. Steersman logic comes from the steersman used the rudder as an extension of the body. It's organic attached to the machine. I'm sorry, machine attached to the organic. Yeah. Oh, my favorite doctor. Not this one. The one that goes over here. My favorite doctor, Dr. Michel.
Here's Shepard now.
Dr. Chakwas, you're here?
I'm working at an Alliance R&D lab down in Shelter Wards, coordinating closely with Admiral Hackett. I heard you escaped Earth in the Normandy, and that someone was critically injured. I came as fast as I could.
We had a run-in with the Cerberus synthetic on Mars. Ashley took the worst of it. How is she doing?
Very well, all things considered. I'm impressed with Lieutenant Commander Williams' resilience, as well as Dr. Michel's expertise. I wish I could have been there to help on Mars.
It's been 6 months, Doctor. How have you been?
Good. I've been fortunate. When they impounded Normandy, the Alliance didn't really know what to do with me. I was never officially part of Cerberus, and I'd gotten a proper leave of absence from my previous post.
So you hadn't technically done anything wrong by joining me to defeat the Collectors?
Yes, though I suppose if you were judged to be a war criminal, I would have been tried as an accessory.
Your place is in Normandy's medbay, not some lab.
I couldn't agree more. You say the word and I'm with you.
The Normandy wouldn't be the same without you, Doctor. Get your things. Docking Bay D-24.
Yes, Commander. And thank you.
Don't thank me so soon. Remember, Joker's still aboard.
And I'd be surprised if he's been remembering his medication.
Early reports indicate that Earth...
Commander Shepard, good to see you.
Dr. Michel, it's been a long time. You've come a long way from that small clinic down in the wards.
Because of you, I don't know where I'd be if you hadn't dealt with Fist and his thugs. Now I'm head physician in a Presidium clinic. You gave me this chance. I assume you're here about Lieutenant Commander Williams?
How is Ashley doing?
The head trauma was severe, but we reduced the swelling quickly. These types of injury can go either way. She hasn't regained consciousness yet, but her vitals are strong, so I'm optimistic. You can go see her if you like. She's just down the hall.
This war may leave a lot of injured people homeless. Can the Citadel clinics care for them all?
We're fine now, but I'm worried. Every hospital on the Citadel is preparing for the worst. I hear the docks are tightly controlled, but we just can't leave people floating out there forever.
How are your medical supplies holding up?
We're well stocked now, but I can't say I'm not worried about the future. We've posted guards on our reserves. War profiteering has already begun.
With a center of this size, you must have a lot of direct reports.
We've got 12 full-time doctors and over 50 support staff. It can be overwhelming, quite different from my days in the wards.
Keep up the good work, Doctor.
You too, Commander.
Yeah, I have to say, if there were two here and they gave me the option, I would probably choose Dr. Michelle. Because I've been with Dr. Chakwas, and I like her. There's nothing that I don't like, but I really want to run with Dr. Michelle again. I really liked her. It's kind of like the whole Dr. Wong thing. Dr. Wong. Emily Wong.
Patient stable for now. Touch and go. Narrow splint's still the best course of action.
I'll see if we have the required spatial bindings. Meet you back here.
Yeah, you can overhear some stuff, and when you run across them, you know how to turn them in. So, but a lot of stuff gets unlocked after you talk to Ash, so like this one will unlock later.
Hi, Doctor. Didn't expect to see you again so soon.
Well, we need...
They lay down the groundwork of a lot of background situations.
I have some bad news. Your squad applied the Medigel correctly, but infection had already set in by the time they found you. I'm sorry. I'm afraid we have to remove your leg below the knee.
What? But I don't understand. It doesn't even hurt.
It would if we took you off the painkillers, Lieutenant.
According to the Council, these galaxy-wide attacks are part of a massive and organized invasion plan. Please observe standard quarantine procedures for all incoming patients.
You got pretty banged up there, Williams. Had me worried. I just wanted to check in on you. See how you're doing. Despite all this, it's good seeing you again, Ash. Get some rest, okay? I'll come by when you're feeling better. We'll talk. You need anything, Doc, let me know. Okay, Ash. You take care. See you soon.
Alliance military has abandoned the Hades Gamma cluster to incoming Reaper. Recent intel suggests that the entire Batarian hegemony has been destroyed by an unknown force. Early reports indicate that Earth has fallen to the same...
Welcome, Commander Shepard. One moment, please. Now arriving at Presidium Embassy.
Please tell the Primacy that the Vol Protectorate wishes to assist with the Alliance project. We had a Prothean obelisk that might have helped. Sadly, it was lost in the Shrike Abyssal. Nevertheless,
According to the Council, these galaxy-wide attacks are part of a massive and organized invasion plan.
Hello, dear. Perhaps you can help me. I'm looking for my son.
But we spoke about this already. I told you about his mission and...
Nonsense. I just filled out the paperwork. He's very punctual when he's on the field. He checks in every week. Only... he hasn't checked in for a while now. A month. Anyway, I'd like to file an expedited contact request.
Yes, of course, ma'am. But the notes on his file state he's not under a contact ban.
Oh, you already looked. How kind of you. I'm just so worried. It's not like him to go quiet.
As soon as I get news, ma'am, I'll let you know as soon as I get news.
Yeah, a lot of conversation and stuff unlock after, so I have to kind of I have to double back later on.
There is no anti-humanity conspiracy here, Ms. Al-Jalani. The Council's simply not granting interviews at this time.
My viewers are going to know that CSEC and the Council are denying them access.
Listen, lady, you think I like playing gatekeeper between the paparazzi and the politicians? I don't have time to babysit them, and I'm not here to hold your hand.
Well, I'm camping out until I'm granted an audience.
Fine. I hope you brought a sleeping bag.
Commander Shepard? Commander, humanity has questions.
Damn press.
See, you're keeping the peace.
Yeah, I feel like a glorified doorman.
Most people would see it as a move up.
Wedged in here with all the stuffed shirts? I'd rather be back down on the streets. I appreciate the higher pay grade, but I'm not a political creature.
If you didn't want to be upped, why'd you accept?
You don't say no to Counselor Udina. Well, maybe you would, but I gotta live here. I know, squeaky wheel gets the oil, but I didn't lobby for promotion like some other officers. I'm not even sure why he picked me. I never know with politicians. I hate political BS.
Don't lose your edge. You might need it.
Oh, wouldn't mind an excuse to get my fingers dirty. It's killing me about Earth.
You and me both.
I haven't been back in years. Now I may never. If this ain't the end of days, it's pretty damn close. I'm up to my neck in trouble, but if there's anything you need, I'll do my damnedest to help.
Is the Citadel gearing up for war?
There's a false sense of security here. Even people from worlds that have gone down act like they're safe. Well, I guess it's not just human nature. We all lie to ourselves to deal with horror.
Anything important going on around here?
You kidding? With the Reapers running roughshod through the galaxy, it seemed like the Council is in constant session. We got more ambassadors and dignitaries here than ever before pleading their cases. But that's just the tip of the iceberg, really.
Thought things were relatively quiet here.
Well, compared to where you're coming from, sure. But the war's being felt everywhere. Millions across the galaxy have been displaced, and most of them come here.
Must have you doing somersaults.
Yeah, already allocated the bulk of my men to customs, but we're still overtaxed, cataloging and processing them all.
It was Udina who made you a commander, huh?
Yeah, he's become an even bigger shot around here. Got a lot of ambition. He suspected Executor Palin was conspiring against the Council and had me investigate.
Find anything incriminating?
Yeah, enough to arrest him. And when Palin resisted, I was forced to kill him. Udina rewarded me with the promotion. And near as I can tell, being a commander just means I'm putting out different fires.
You got loved ones out there?
Somewhere. Ex-wife I lost track of, and a son and daughter. They're still on Earth.
I'm sorry, Bailey.
Yeah, I'm just like everyone else. I'm losing myself and things I can control. And at the moment, that means creating the illusion of security here.
We both have jobs to do, Bailey. I suggest we do them.
Yep. Good talking to you, Shepard.
Commander, Councilor Udina said you'd be coming. If you'll follow me, the council is already in session.
We've got our own problems, Counselor. Earth is not in this alone.
But Earth was the first Council world hit. By our reports, it faces the brunt of the attack.
By your reports.
The reports are accurate. Earth was attacked by the Reapers. And it's just the beginning. We need your help. Everything you can spare.
Each of us faces a similar situation. Even now, the Reapers are pressing on our borders. If we lend you our strength to help Earth, our own worlds will fall.
We must fight this enemy together.
And so we should just follow you to Earth?
Even if we were to unite our fleets, do you really believe we could defeat the Reapers?
I don't expect you to follow me without a plan.
Counselors, we have that plan. A blueprint, created by the Protheans during their war with the Reapers.
A blueprint for what?
We're still piecing it together. But it appears to be a weapon of some sort.
Capable of destroying the Reapers?
So it would seem.
The scale is... it would be a colossal undertaking.
No. I forwarded the plans to Admiral Hackett. The remnants of the human fleet are already gathering resources to begin construction.
Our initial calculations suggest it is very feasible to build.
If we work together.
Have you considered that the Reapers destroyed the Protheans? What good did this weapon do?
It was incomplete. There was a missing component, here. Something referred to only as the catalyst. But they ran out of time before they could finish building it.
Do you really believe this can stop the Reapers?
Liara believes it can work, and so do I. And while I haven't always agreed with Udina, he's right about this. We need to stand together, now more than ever. The Reapers won't stop at Earth. They'll destroy every organic being in the galaxy if we don't find a way to stop them.
It's getting late, Quiescent, and the hours and the night is dark.
The cruel and unfortunate truth is that while the Reapers focus on Earth, we can prepare and regroup.
We are convening a summit amongst our species. If we can manage to secure our own borders, we may once again consider aiding.
I'm sorry, Commander. That is the best we can do.
Take care. Well, take care. If you need to go run a couple miles,
Shepard,
let us know how you're feeling.
I hope that's an offer of support. I'll be digging up what I can on this Prothean device, Shepard.
Run a couple miles and see how you feel.
They're a bunch of self-concerned jackasses, Shepard. We may have a spot in the Council, but humanity will always be considered second-rate.
How can they be so blind?
They're scared, and they're looking out for themselves.
Our people are scared, and we are looking out for them the best we know how.
Counselor,
There spoke.
Commander.
This reference for you
I
too.
can't give you what you need, but I can tell you how to get it.
I'm listening.
Primarch Fedorian called the War Summit, but we lost contact with him when the Reapers hit Palaven. Those meetings won't proceed without him. The Normandy is one of the few ships that can extract Primarch Fedorian undetected.
So far, you've only explained how I can help you.
It might seem
We
that
always
way,
have fun, of course.
but the leaders of this summit
Take
will be
care,
the ones
Quiescent,
deciding our future,
Pandemonium.
the fate of our fleets, where they fight, and with whom. A grateful Primarch would be a tremendous ally in your bid to unite us.
Have a good night.
War, and you want me to play politician?
If it gets you what you need,
Tell your friends.
what does it matter?
Tell your loved ones.
Our latest intelligence says that the Primarch was moved to a base on Palaven's largest moon.
And the VOD will be available on YouTube at 2K. I'll try to remove a lot of the breaks and stuff.
There is one other thing. The Council wanted me to tell you. We've chosen to uphold your Spectre status. And various resources will be made available to you. Good day.
Well, that went well.
It's a start. I'll talk to the others in the meantime. See if we can support this summit. Move things along.
Thanks.
Okay. All right. Let's see how. I think so there was a thing here. Yeah. Maybe I'm misremembering. Yeah. So we just gotta talk to Udina.
The Council. You saved their lives. And for what? Apologies that boil down to maybe later. If we don't figure out something, maybe later will be an epitaph on a mass grave of 11 billion.
I know what I'm gonna do. What are you gonna do?
Humanity has created some goodwill in the galaxy. Now we cash in our chips. I will get what funding I can, what materials I can, and spread the message. Help the humans, help yourselves. I'll institute a draft in our colonies and order all civilian ships armed. Work on the Prothean device will be around the clock.
Any news from Earth?
There is constant news. All of it bad. The Reapers are destroying satellites and the old nuclear missile silos, along with everything else that could help. We have a handful of quantum entanglers spread out over the continents. All other communication is cut.
What's your read on the counselors? Any angles I could pursue?
Tavos is a diplomat and compromiser, but she's wrapped up in defending Asari space like a mother panther. Valorn is out of his depth. The Solarians like their wars won before they start. They're frightened now. Use that. In Sparatus, I'd take what he offers. It's strange days when the Turians are the least hostile to humans, and there's a need there.
You're a Citadel counselor. Don't you have options when the others block you like this?
With Parliament destroyed and Shastri gone, I have more power than any human in history. But today, you saw how little that is. Rest assured, I will not be counted out long. I know I can move mountains. Do not lose sight of that, because the task before us is moving planets.
Anderson would be proud, so long as you deliver. You think you can do that?
You need a carrot or a stick to drive a mule, and humanity has neither right now. Our armada is tied down fighting or fleeing, and with Earth's comm buoys gone, our economy is reduced to an IOU. But leave that part to me. I will lean on our colonies for all they're worth, and I can broker enough trade to repair and resupply Hackett's fleet.
Did you know a lot of people on Earth?
Many. It's monstrous to think of them being snuffed out, of course, but the part that gets me is Arcturus. I must have known most of the Alliance Parliament on a first-name basis. I required a second VI just to track all their birthdays and anniversaries. Rose Garden stuff, but to have it all gone.
I should go.
I'll be here.
All right, let's go check out our Spectre gear. And I think this also unlocks Miranda early on, I believe. Okay. Yeah. Not quite. Welcome to the Spectre Information Processing Center. This terminal offers secure information access and support to authorization of covert operations or requisitions. It is restricted to operatives currently on active duty with special tasks and reconnaissance. Any operation requiring payment can be executed at the terminal nearby, which supports secure and untraceable financial transactions. Okay. Quarian Fleet Intel. So this gives us information about Tally. Yeah. So Quarian Pilgrim Jen Volan Narnima on the Citadel received a large credit transfer from the fleet. Jen Volan purchased tech, including high-end weapon mounts and kinetic barrier emitters, from several ship service centers. On Ilium, another Quarian Pilgrim, unidentified, was observed searching for a ship traveling close to the Perseus Veil. The Pilgrim was later heard saying that his pilgrimage was recalled. Data suggests the Quarian fleet is withdrawing its pilgrimage and upgrading ships for combat somewhere near the Perseus Veil. This could be a reaction to the Reaper invasion, but no formal offer or request for assistance has come. Intel suggests the Quarians may instead be preparing to conflict with the Geth. So it doesn't say specifically Tally, but we get an idea of the Quarians and what they're trying to accomplish. Let's see here. So Black Widow. I might end up getting that. I don't know. The Paladin is amazing. It's a lot better than the one you get from Morden. This Piranha is really neat. When it shoots, it's like a little mini grenade. So you don't even have to hit the target. But I like hitting near their feet, and they just kind of go flying. Hurricane is amazing. It's very accurate. Crusader's great for, like, James. Valiant, This is the one that, if you ever saw the Mass Effect 3 trailers with the sniper, this is what he was using. Eagle's good. Defender. Ammo capacity, weapon damage, shields, and health. This is great for an infiltrator or just a soldier. So, yeah. All right. Let's go. So really it's the Widow. Oh no, I just started yawning out of the blue. I need to eat. All I've had is a protein shake today. But I need to eat something before too long. Okay, here's Emily. I mean, not Emily.
Commander Shepard.
Al-Jalani.
Commander, the people of the Alliance have questions. Commander Shepard, Khaleesa bint Seen and Al-Jalani. Isn't it true that you were on Earth when the Reapers attacked? How do you justify running away while millions of people on Earth die? Is that the best we can expect from the Alliance?
I came to get help for Earth. For everyone.
What about all the people suffering while you play politics with the Council? What about them? How can you stand here while our families die? What are you going to do?
Khaleesa, we're doing everything we can.
Before they cut the feeds, there were so many dead.
I'm gonna stop the Reapers or die trying, but I need your help. Keep asking the hard questions. Don't let the Council forget about Earth.
I will. Thank you, Commander. We haven't always seen eye to eye, but I'm glad you're on our side.
All right. Oh, James.
Hey, Commander. Liara told me the Council's not interested in helping us.
Something like that.
Why would they? Look at this place. There's no war here. People are whispering about it. They're talking about it, but they don't really believe it.
I take it this is your first time here with the elite of the galaxy.
I've been to the Citadel, but never up here on the Presidium. It's not right. It looks pretty, calm and peaceful. But it's not right. It's all just an illusion.
It was peaceful. Once.
But was it? Really? I mean, when push comes to shove, they're just gonna turtle up. Hope it don't hit them too, right? They'd rather believe in this than face the truth.
I can hardly believe it myself. Like everything back on Earth was some kind of nightmare.
Yeah. That's what I hate most. It's like this place wants you to forget that.
So, you still want to go back to Earth?
Hell yeah, but...
But?
You were right. So was Anderson. We can't stop them alone. Besides, it looks like you're gonna have your hands full convincing these pendejo politicians to help us. And I'm up for it. Whatever it takes.
Glad to hear it.
I'm gonna head down to some of the lower levels where they keep it real. You got some spare time? You should come and find me.
Maybe I'll do that.
Ilium is under attack.
All right.
Although the Asari colony is across the galaxy from Paladin and Earth.
Welcome, Commander Shepard. One moment.
So now we can kind of get the story moving along as far as action goes. We can go to Paladin, which is a sizable portion to do next. So I'm going to take another real quick break. Drink a lot of water.
They're just silent behind enemy lines until the war is over.
No, they've got us on rotation. We're mostly in fortified holding zones until strike teams clear an area. Then we come in and set up medical bunkers and supply depots. And then the main fleet comes in to occupy.
I'm not wearing commando leather, honey. What does that mean?
We'll be perfectly safe. They don't put engineers on the front lines.
You hear that, Banana?
Be able to talk to us.
They don't put engineers on the front lines. So you'll be safe. When the battle when the war starts. Yeah, me and Banana and Com have talked about this. I think this was okay. Obviously, the kid being in the shuttle affected us. I think it's okay for this to happen once. I don't like it being the central theme throughout. But yeah, one time. And then in my opinion, when we have any kind of nightmare or thought or regret, it should come back to whoever died on Vermeer. So, but, you know, I was saying that like in storytelling, you tell things in terms of threes. It really solidifies the storytelling. 3 little pigs, 3 blind mice, you know, 3 beds for Goldilocks, or porridges, or three bears, I should say. It's over and over and over. You see it, and when they try to do that with the kid, I don't think it's there. Like once, okay, but then if Caden dies, you have this vision with Caden, and then maybe he's the one that you see at the very end with the Reaper. Not the child.
Liara, can I help you?
I've been forwarding the Turian Counselor information on the Prothean device. It can't be built without Council support, but he's not budging until their Primarch is safe.
I know.
Are you all right?
I didn't get what you'd call a good night's rest.
There's more to it than that, isn't there? What's really bothering you?
When the Reapers hit, I could hear people screaming in the streets below me. We left a lot of them behind.
There's no way for you to save them all. But I know you're doing everything you can, and you'll get back there in time to help.
I hope you're right.
Don't blame yourself, Commander.
Commander Shepard, I'm Specialist... Oh. I beg your pardon. I thought you were alone.
It's the Inquisitor.
I was just leaving.
Commander Shepard, I'm Comm Specialist Samantha Traynor with Alliance R&D. I was part of the team retrofitting the Normandy after you turned it over to the Alliance. There weren't many of us aboard when the Reapers hit.
The next game I'm excited to see her in is, I think it's called Perfect Dark. But it's the voice actress for Traynor and the female Inquisitor in Dragon Age 3. Inquisition. She's in a few other things, but I want to say she's in Velguard. Oh, yeah, she is, because of the Inquisitor showing up again. That's right. Yeah, I think she's going to be in Perfect Dark, which is going to be interesting. So,
slow down, Specialist Traynor. You're doing fine.
Thank you. I worked in a lab. I never thought I'd be serving on a ship.
Why don't you tell me about the retrofits?
The ship's in line with Alliance regs now, and it has new, top-of-the-line quantum entanglement communicators. In fact, Admiral Anderson had intended to use the Normandy as his mobile command center.
That's no longer an option.
Yes, I heard he chose to stay and fight. In any event, I'm honored to serve under you, Commander. For as long as you need me, that is. They only sent me here to oversee the retrofits.
Shepard, some of our systems require further testing, and Specialist Traynor has been extremely effective during installation. I would prefer that she remain.
Got it, EDI.
Oh, wait, since when does a virtual intelligence make requests?
EDI's an AI. Fully self-aware.
Oh, I knew it. I knew Joker was lying.
Jeff requested that I pretend to be a simple VI to protect myself. I apologize for the deception.
Thanks, ED, and I apologize for all those times I talked about how... attractive your voice was. Anyway, shall I give you a tour? I think you'll be impressed by the new upgrades. In the CIC, you'll find the galaxy map where you can set the Normandy's destination. You can also check your messages at your private terminal. The War Room houses a strategic command center for mission-specific intel and war analysis. The shuttle bay contains an armory where you can modify your equipment between missions. Finally, Liara has set up a lot of hardware down in the old XO office on Deck 3. I think she's claimed that room. And there you are. Still the same ship as before, it just flies Alliance colors now. Speaking of which, I believe Admiral Hackett would like to speak to you at the VidCom.
yeah, there's a lot of VidCom banter.
Commander, Udina updated me on your meeting with the Council. Sounds like they're running scared.
We did present them with a lot of unknowns. They're feeling threatened and want immediate solutions, not theories.
Theories are all we've got right now. What's your plan?
I'm trying to get the Turian Primarch for a summit meeting with the Asari and Solarians. I'll bypass the Council and appeal directly to their leadership.
That's good, I like it. This is where we start laying the groundwork for our counterattack.
Unfortunately, we don't have a whole lot to back it up right now.
Then build alliances. Gather everything and everybody you can for the cause.
What about the Prothean device?
Find me people who can help build it, and if you can't, I'll take ships, soldiers, supplies, whatever you can get. We need to keep hitting the Reapers across every theater of war they open. Buy us time to figure out the device.
And when it's finished?
Assuming it ever is, we pool all our resources. Think of it as a giant armada for delivering the device, when the Reapers are most vulnerable. The stronger you can make that armada, the better the chances of punching through.
What about Earth, sir?
We'll just have to hope Anderson and what's left of the Alliance forces can hold out until we've dealt with the enemy.
I understand.
Good. Then make it happen, Commander. I'll be expecting regular updates on your progress. Hack it out.
All right, let's see. Oh, armor mod kit. All right, so we finally got the ship to open up to us. Let's just look at this so we can get this tutorial off of our screen. All right. Then this is where more people we meet hang out. And there's some of our models scattered throughout the ship. So they did this neat little thing that says
Won't help. Come on, Sarah. If Thessia was lost and Earth hadn't been touched yet, you can be damn sure we'd be guarding our own borders.
They kind of reward you for exploring the ship a little bit, which is neat. So we're gonna first start off with Joker, but probably just go ahead and check y'all later. Yeah, we'll probably pick it up here so that way we can do Paladin next, and that'll be a lot of content to go over for next time. You know, we'll get to pick up some very iconic characters and kind of advance the story and just kind of, you know, progress along. But the Reapers are coming. Yeah, I know. Trust me, I really want to continue. I really do, because again, the combat is just so good in this game. It is trying to tell the story. It's trying to lay down that impact of like, hey, look, we just lost Earth and everybody we know. This is, again, you know, Com was giving me a hard time during his stream about Liam, because he really liked Liam. He was like, yeah, he's on a spiritual journey and an actual physical journey of, you know, going to the Milky Way, you know, the Andromeda Galaxy. Yeah, kids make mistakes. This is what I'm talking about. You just lost everybody that you loved on a whim. He says, you know what, let me just sign up for the Andromeda Initiative. Out of the blue. Doesn't make sense. Like, I have no doubt that there are people that do that, but I need a lot more context why I'm dealing with this one person, though. But yeah, Liam just has no reason to join the initiative, just besides he just wanted to. You know, check it out. He didn't, like, have a bad upbringing. He didn't have, like, a, you know, he's like, hey, look, my family had some hard times, and, you know, my family has a really bad issue with medical care, and this was my way of securing their medical support for the rest of their life. Something. Give me anything. You know, just kidding. Take care. Yeah, of course. But that's why I've been really, like, I'm critical of a lot of the characters. Actually, believe it or not, I like Drax the best. You know, there's one that Com didn't care for, but I think Drax has a lot to say, and he has some really interesting lore things about him. I think we all agree that PB is just like Sarah in space, which a lot of people love Sarah, which is fine. But yeah, she comes in like giving you all this stuff about the remnants, or whatever they're called, and suddenly that's what everybody calls it now. It's weird. It's like they make a lot of connections without establishing how this is known. It's like we just know it, right? Anyway, there's a lot of criticism I can do about Andromeda. This is not the place. Yeah, PB is the least interesting story in the Mass Effect universe. You're not wrong. I think she is interesting. I just don't think she was characterized well. And there's a lot of dialogue that she has that just, I think they tried to make her quirky, but really failed in like what exactly she was going to say in those moments. It's just kind of odd. It's just a bit off. Again, a lot of the companions are like buddy-buddy, chummy-chummy. And I'm like, yeah, Mass Effect 3 is like that, the Citadel, but you have to get to that point to know these people. And it's not like you got to be like locked in a room for somebody for like 3 space missions to figure out that somebody that you know and trust. I get that, but they are that way immediately. And you don't know who they are. You want to know who they are, but they're already bantering like you've known them your whole life. It's just weird. Anyway, I will let you guys go, and I will check you guys later. I will be back on sooner than later. I just don't know when. I have a lot of editing to do. I have a lot of other stuff I got to handle, but I'll check you guys later. Bye-bye.